Wednesday night GG leagues. This is our collegiate platinum division league. Most of the teams here have an average of around platinum elo, plat to gold, maybe low diamond. So right now we're going to be streaming a game between Heartland College on the left-hand side and Grandview University on the right-hand side. It looks like they're trying to figure out some issues with the league client, and once we get that taken care of, we'll get the game started for you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Those of you guys who are joining us and who are new, we're GG Leagues, a recreational esports league here in Illinois area. Basically, we're trying to serve the greater Midwest area. Our goal is to improve the esports community and allow players to play in a structured league. And one of the things that we do that's unique is that we bring all the players to play in an in-person events towards the end of the season. And so this gives players an opportunity to meet players that they've played against, and it's a really nice way to celebrate everything that's been going on in the league. So if you're interested in joining us, we're always looking for players to play in our leagues. Go to www.ggleagues.com and please sign up and register there. It looks like everyone's good, so the game should be getting started shortly. So we should get this game started for you guys shortly. So this should be a great match. This is our first game in our Wednesday night, our platinum average division. So it should be a great game for you guys. Those of you guys joining us, the two teams that are playing is Heartland College on the left-hand side and Grandview University on the right-hand side. I think they're just figuring out some logistics, and I think the game's gonna start. All right, so Heartland on the left-hand side is gonna go ahead with the first ban. We'll see who they ban here. This game started right on time, so we haven't had a chance to look up some of these players. So we'll just kind of see what they're thinking and what their strategy is as the picks come through. So we have a Lucian ban and a Karthus ban. Okay. So the targeting the mid and also targeting the AD carry position. Lucian is highly mobile and is kind of strong all the way throughout the game, and so I think they're giving a lot of respect over to the AD carry on Grandview's side. Another now a Kaisa ban, so they're definitely targeting the AD carry position. While it sucks to be banned out, I guess it's nice to have that respect coming from the other team. A Talon ban, so they're targeting their mid laner on Heartland's side. And so here we'll see who the third ban is from Heartland College. We have a new ban. Okay. All right, I do like the reworked Nunu. I like the snowball. Just a very fun champion now. And those of you that are joining us, let me know if you guys can hear everything correct. If you guys can hear everything, if there's anything else that needs to be adjusted, please let me know. All right, we have an Olaf ban from Grandview, so we have two mid lane ban and a jungle ban on Grandview's side. You have two ADC ban and a jungle ban on Heartland College's side. Okay, we have the first pick, Caitlyn. I think the two bans are already going over to them. They probably could have picked something else, or they probably could have saved the Caitlyn all the way to the end, but maybe they were concerned that the Caitlyn was going to be picked by the other team. Caitlyn Morgana, probably one of the strongest, one of the stronger at least bot lanes. Morgana's going to hit her Q eventually, and then Caitlyn just puts a trap under, and that's just a whole boatload of damage as she gets an automatic headshot proc. So this is going to be really, really annoying. Caitlyn's net kind of gets her a little bit of an escape, and then Morgana's Black Shield often is enough to keep Caitlyn safe. So we're going to see a very safe bot lane. It also has a lot of pushing power like Caitlyn and Morgana. So the Sivir pick actually I think makes a lot of sense. The Sivir has probably better wave clear than Caitlyn, will constantly be able to match Caitlyn's push. Caitlyn wants to push down your towers early, and the Sivir is going to be able to prevent some of that. We have basically the bot lane picked on both teams, and now we're going to have a Sion that's going into the top lane. Extraordinarily tanky. Also has his passive, and so Sivir is not the most mobile, Xerath not the most mobile either, so I'm really looking for the Sion to engage on Heartland College's side. We have an Urgot ban targeting their top lane. Top lane and jungle still needs to be picked for Heartland College. Mid lane and jungle needs to be picked for Grandview Esports on the right hand side. The Braum and the Sivir, I think it's a fairly good lane as well. Sivir has her own, black shield in terms of her E. The Braum's going to be able to slow people down, while the Sivir's ult will just allow the team to chase them down. The Braum also is a good source of engage for Heartland College, and so we'll see who the mid and the jungler is next to kind of see how they're going to want to team fight this. We have an Urgot and a Vlad ban targeting Heartland's top laner.
The weak fear the shadows.
All right, we have a Kayn ban, and I think the Heartland College ended up missing a ban, so a little mishap on that end, but not the end of the world. Lissandra, okay. Lissandra doesn't want to get in close. She's going to be able to dodge some of Xerath's moves as well, and so and Lissandra also has a lot of wave clear to kind of match Xerath's wave clear. Xerath is a skill shot relying champion. He's going to have to hit a lot of his skill shots to be super effective. They're going to have some more poke, at least from Heartland College's side. All right, Nasus. We just saw Nasus in our stream game yesterday, and so we see another Nasus here. I think it's a good pick into the Sion, because I don't know if the Sion can really bully the Nasus too much. The Nasus is going to want to Q farm at least up until his... Oh, okay. Victor jungle maybe, or Nasus jungle. This is very interesting. Nasus can certainly build tanky and be the tank that they need on Heartland College's side. The Victor can also go into the top lane. Top lane Victor was super annoying, but I think they ended up fixing that with some patches. Hecarim, I would like this Hecarim pick from Grandview's side. So you're going to have Hecarim, Sion running into a fairly immobile Heartland College team. And then what you're going to have is kind of a front-to-back team fighting with the Caitlyn just hitting the nearest target. Lissandra's going to be able to peel for the Caitlyn, but Lissandra can even go into the back line and try to really lock down the Xerath and Sivir, who are both not super mobile. So we can kind of see how there's multiple ways that Grandview can play this. The Nasus is swapped to having Smite, so it's going to be a Nasus jungle. Nasus can actually clear fairly quickly with his E and then also with his Q, and he has some natural sustain also from his lifesteal. The Heartland College, how they probably would win, they have Nasus and Braum to kind of act like front lines. I think what they would want to do is try to get down some poke with Victor and Xerath and even Sivir with her Q. What is very obvious is that Heartland College team has a ton of wave clear. Xerath, Sivir, Victor, these are people who can clear the wave almost instantaneously with their spells. And so they're going to be very hard for them to get shoved in. Victor, Xerath, and Sivir both have very, very safe wave clear as well. Grandview has the Caitlyn, who is really good at sieging down turrets. but she's going to be able to be hit by the Xerath and the Victor and also the Syracuse, so she's going to be very careful as well. I mean, just based on the teams, I think Heartland will want to try to poke down Grandview University's team. Grandview, you have a Hecarim, you have a Scion. I see them just kind of just rushing in there and trying to lock someone down. I see the Lysandra, Hecarim, and Scion just kind of having this, just really just charging in and trying to run down Heartland College. The Morgana's probably going to be on the back line, peeling for the Caitlyn. The Heartland College doesn't have a lot of divers, or any divers actually, so they're going to just basically have to run at the Caitlyn. The Nass is going to just run at the Caitlyn. The Victors are going to run at the Caitlyn, so the Caitlyn's going to be very safe behind her beefy front line. I think if I had to give an edge in the draft, Grandview probably has the easier to execute team with 2 tanks that are just going to be charging in there, and especially against a fairly immobile Heartland College team. But we'll see how this ends up being played out. Certainly, if Heartland is able to get a lot of poking down the front line, or getting some poke all the way to the back line, a few Xerath Qs on a Caitlyn, and maybe a few Victor laser beams onto the Caitlyn. The Caitlyn's taken out of the fight and has to be extremely careful. The Sivir ult is going to be something that's going to be able to help them run away from Grandview's engage, but it has such a long cooldown where I would be a little bit concerned about using it too willy-nilly. Trust me, you guys do not want to see my face. You guys would just all instantly leave. So that's why I just want you guys to focus on the game. So those of you guys joining us, welcome to our Wednesday night stream. This is our roughly platinum division, and so the team on the left hand side is Heartland College. The team on the right hand is Grandview. And so those of you guys who are here, you guys can let me know who you guys think are going to win, who has the better team fight. I'm always interested to hear everyone's thoughts. All right, the game's going to get started. Yeah, all except Bowser. Bowser doesn't know what he's talking about, so we'll just ignore everything that he says. All right. So we have. Oh, they changed this. This must have been updated in this new patch. Okay. Both teams have full skins. Clearly, these are champions that they enjoy, or maybe they just like the skins. The game loaded extremely quickly. All right, so this is our first game of our Wednesday Platinum division. So let's see what they do. Maybe we'll actually see an invade. I'm always looking for something to happen within the first minute 30, but nothing ever happens. Yesterday we had a game where one of the teams had a blitz, so I had a really great invade team. So we'll see if anything happens here. From what the teams are doing, they're looking like they're just spreading out, going to all of the entrance points, trying to just get down some vision. It's probably not going to be anything exciting happening. I think they're just going to kind of just sit here and watch each other. Looking at items, the items are fairly standard. You have Stealth Thieves on Morgana because she procs this super easily. Fairly standard, nothing too crazy. The top lane, I think the Scion's going to have kind of a challenging time. The Victor's going to be poking at him without much retaliation from the Scion. So we'll see how the Scion plays this in the top lane. I'm so glad this is not, Earth Rapid Fire, because a Hecarim in that mode is just ridiculous. Constantly has his ult up, constantly charging in, and just makes no sense. So we'll see how everything happens. I think this is, it's fairly standard lanes. Heartland College on the left-hand side is going to give a lead for the Nasus. Grandview University on the red side, the right-hand side. They can't get to lane first. Are they going to try to set up something here? Oh, I think they're going to try to put some damage on Heartland College's team when they're trying to run through the bush. I don't know how they knew this, but maybe they were suspecting this, or maybe they scouted them out, but they take a very safe way, Heartland College. Doesn't miss any, just misses one CS, but doesn't miss any of the experience, which is important. And very nice hit from the Morgana. Because of the minion advantage from Grandview University, they're going to hit level 2 first. Most likely, although the minions are starting to even up a little bit. They're getting some trades. Caitlyn is getting some hits on there with her Q. So both of the teams, Grandview on the bot lane is level 2. Now both teams are level 2, so I don't think anything crazy is going to happen. Some nice damage is done on the Victor. Very nicely done by the Scion. And they're kind of a tough matchup. Caitlyn just trying to bully with her range and constantly trying to shove in the Sivir. Once the Sivir gets some more levels in her Q and her W, it'll be much harder to do that. Wow, nice job, Scion. Really doing a good job. The Scion is timing up his abilities to be able to farm and also do some damage. CS sort of even, but you can see the Caitlyn slowly carving out a CS advantage. Wow. Is the Victor gonna die here? Can the Scion get out? May not be able to get out, but they have to watch her Scion's passive, which might be able to get him a return. Maybe not there. Alright, so first blood goes over to Heartland. Nicely done. Good gank. Nasa's jungle OP. Alright, happy to do that. I know some people like to see the scoreboard, some people don't. Since you guys requested having the scoreboard, happy to keep that there. Victor has a CS advantage, which is not surprising because of the kill. Nice. Brahms Shield's super annoying to block that headshot. But the Caitlyn was very smart, putting a trap kind of right around where the turret was, so you couldn't see it. Nice flash. This is why these players are so much better than me. I never would have thought to flash upward. Alright. Caitlyn just pushing. The bot lane trying to get a little bit aggressive. They're fighting in the minion wave, so they gotta be careful. Another return gank up top. Poor Scion, all he wants to do is farm. But because of that, the Hecarim is able to go into the bot jungle and steal away a lot of natural camps. They got a kill that went over to the bot laner. I would suspect Braum probably stepped on a trap. We can go back and see that. We're gonna see what happened here. Pushing. Oh, that's what happened. And you see just how oppressive that is. Hit by a Morgana Q, and then instantly the trap is put underneath, and then is an automatic headshot. We have a couple of other kills coming in, and so we'll let the game kind of get to there, and then we'll jump back to the present. Trading some damage put onto the Scion. Also, we have a dive going to the bot lane. So it was very smart. Sivir was there by himself. Did not juggle tower aggro quite correctly, but they were still able to get the kill onto the AD carry, which is exactly what they were looking for. So now you see Grandview jumping out to a 500 gold lead. And see return gank of the Nasus. Wow. I mean, this is going to be really bad for the Sun because he loses a huge minion wave, and we see him trying to kind of clear up some of the minions here. So now you see the Victor running out to about a 15 CS gold lead. They got another kill on the top lane, so Heartland is up 3-2 in terms of kills. In terms of gold, the gold is surprisingly even. I think most of the gold is on this Hecarim that has almost double of Nasus' CS. Nasus has spent his time ganking. Hecarim has spent his time kind of taking all of Nasus' jungle whenever they had knowledge of where he was. I think the Braum will be able to jump out okay. He had a flash, did not want to end up dying there. Caitlyn also has a 17 CS lead as well. But because of the kill that Sivir got, luckily they're fairly similar items. So both of the AD carries are pretty similar in terms of strength. An aggressive jump by the Braum. At level 6, who is stronger. The Morgana ult is certainly extremely impactful, but I would have to give the edge over to Sivir and Braum at level 6. This is a game coming in mid, and I think it's pretty low. I think the Nasus might die too. And down goes the Nasus. And so the Hecarim, extremely mobile, extremely quick. Xerath, not so super mobile. And we see a fairly easy kill by Grandview. And I think the Braum's going to die here too. So we have a lot of action kind of going on all across the board. Oh, so close. So close. The minions did some damage to the Victor, and the Scion barely gets away. And so now we see Grandview really kind of turning up the pressure. That 500 gold lead has now ballooned to 2.6k, and that's, that's an item. Now we see bounties on the Hecarim and the Lissandra. So if Heartland kills the Lissandra or the Hecarim, they can really close this gold gap fairly quickly. So they're not quite out of this just yet. I think the Hecarim is just going to get a little bit even stronger. The Sheen's completed for him. He's going to be doing a lot of damage just running around the map. The CS is relatively even up top. Down below, though, there starts to be an even bigger CS discrepancy. It's 20 now. It was almost 30 at one point. And some of that has been the kills that they were able to get from just this ridiculously oppressive Morgana Caitlyn lane. They've done a really good job playing this. We can see how many damage is on the turret. 2 of the turret plating has already been taken out as well, while this turret has been untouched. So this is essentially how, I think, going according to Grandview's plan on what they wanted to do with this Caitlyn Morgana. The Scion still needs to be careful. I think at this stage, the Victor can still fairly easily kill him. So he has to be careful, be very aware of where his jungler is. The Nasus is going back into his jungle to farm, but he's still down around 20 CS. Now they're clearing out some vision. Morgana's trying to keep the Caitlyn very safe. Right now, the mid lane of Grandview is stronger than Heartland. I would definitely play around there. Nice game to the top lane. I think the Victor's dead now. This Hecarim's just all over the place now. Braum does some of his items, and he's just impacting all of the lane. Ooh. Good try by the Morgana, try to get the kill. I think the Sivir really wanted this kill. Baited by the heal. Morgana just barely gets away. It was a good try by Heartland. Cleansed immediately by the Xerath, but he might get a return kill back there. So, yep, the minion damage is what and ended up killing him, and then he got the bounty from the Hecarim. So that's a good chunk of gold going over to the Zera, then Sru's going to help him hit his item spike. So Sandra's going to get some free time with the middle turret, especially once she sees the Nasus going to top. Good ult by the Nasus, I think he would have been dead without that. The Hecarim is extremely strong, 3-1-3 with 61 CS. So he is a terror. If I'm Xerath or Victor, I'm extremely scared because you just, once you see him, it's too late, especially with the Predator boots as well. You see Morgana kind of getting vision all throughout their Heartland jungle and really just trying to make it so not only it protects their bot lane, because they're going to want to push down and try to take the outer turret of Heartland, but it also gives them knowledge where the jungle is, so all the lanes can be as aggressive as possible. Heartland's got to be careful here. I think they're dead. I think it's too late to see the Hecarim. Hecarim was trying to wait out the spell kit, which is the right thing. The Braum is definitely going to die, but Sivir manages to save his life. He did use Flash, so Hecarim can potentially come back for a return game bottom. Braum is dead, Dragon is up. Grandview can just switch over to the Dragon. We're chasing down the Morgana, maybe turning onto the... Great Black Shield to prevent the Wither. I think if the Wither had hit, the Caitlyn would definitely be dead. Hecarim. Oh my god, so much damage. Very nicely coordinated by Grandview. I think they can choose what they want to do here. I mean, Sivir's there to defend. But I try to put on his dancing shoes, but might still be dead here from the Hecarim. God, this Hecarim is such a terror. Nice flash. I think that was a misclick. Didn't quite get onto the other side. I've done that many a time, so can't really fault the guy. So now that the lead has grown to around 5k gold, I think it's going to be challenging for Heartland to come back. I think if I were them, it would be you'd want a turtle, you want to get some of the passive gold that's kind of on the table right now. And they're getting some here with the turret. I think if they can get first turret, I think it would be huge. But I don't think they have enough damage as the Grandview's bot lane is coming back. The Hecarim is behind them. So bagging here is the smart decision. I mean, the Braum is caught. I don't see the Braum getting out of this. He has to use his ult, he has to use his flash. He still may go down. Now he's able to get out safely. The one thing that is going in, the one thing that's beneficial to Heartland is that they have such good wave clear. So especially once the outer and the inner turrets go down, when they're on the inhib turret, it's going to be fairly easy for them to rotate around and really defend against the siege. So the lead has grown to around 6k. It started off with just 500, and then Grandview has pretty much been in the lead the whole time. You gotta be careful here. Nice return damage. Sion's putting up a fight. But the Victor has to be careful here. Ooh. Very nicely played by both top laners, really pushing their champions to the limit. Nice kill by the Jazz, good snipe. And you see them try to run down the good catch by the Xerath. And you see them pinging the Rift Arrow. They just clear these waves so fast, so they're able to maneuver themselves around and get more objectives. Hecarim, 5-1-4, 90 CS. This guy's just a monster. The Xerath, 4-3, more kills than the Lissandra, but down 30 CS, so probably only about a half kill up in gold. If we think 20 CS is around a kill. So the mid lane is still fairly even. I think it'll come down to who can hit their skill shots more. In the top lane, I think it's going to be really up to the Victor. Victor kind of dictates. Oh my god. That's like all of his life. Now that we've got their ABC on Heartland, so this is going to be a pretty bad fight. Then everyone just goes down. I think this is certainly going to be a Rift Herald. Maybe be a top turret as well because they had a minion wave pushing in.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
I think if other teams are watching this who may end up playing against Grandview, I think the Hecarim certainly has to be a champion that you strongly consider banning away. The Dread Joker has done a great job of playing Hecarim to his champion's ability, and I think the Scion top, Zeus has done a good job of staying alive, especially with all the ganks that was focused up on the top lane. He did a good job of not dying too much. He did go down a couple of times in ganks, but for the most part, he's done a great job and stayed very consistent in CS. Ooh. Shopping. I do that. I do that all the time too. You're gonna see a push kind of coming in the mid lane. Lissandra has great wave clear, so probably not a whole lot is gonna be done there. Rift Herald is gone. Dragon is gone, and so we're gonna probably see these people, all these players, return to the lanes, kind of get lanes pushing, and try to set up some sort of rotational play. Just looking kind of at vision. Grandview has vision fairly deep into Heartland College's jungle. You see the vision kind of all the way up here on the top side. Heartland really only has vision in the bot side of their jungle and really nothing going into Grandview. I think they understand that they're much weaker now, almost an 8k gold deficit, and so I think they just want to try to pick up whatever resource they can on their side of the map, and I don't think they really want to go across the river. I mean, that's what the benefit of all the lords do. You see picks like that you otherwise wouldn't see. So nice job of getting down vision. Siphoning strike is around 237. So he's still fairly strong, but nowhere near as strong as the Hecarim currently.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
So Grandview is in complete control of the map. I anticipate them setting up around Dragon right before it comes up, picking up Dragon. They may be strong enough to even do Baron as well. Even if they're not strong enough, certainly they have enough vision in Heartland College's jungle and enough fear of the Hecarim charging in from anywhere where maybe they have to play so far back away from Baron that would allow them time to take the... They have the scuttle. Heartland has, Grandview has the scuttle in the top lane. They're able to see it. We're gonna do the dodge all this. Ooh. Almost, but then the last one got him. So that's that poke that I'm talking about. One Q does 1/3 of Caitlin's life. So they have to be very careful about this. Some of their damage dealers are down, but other than the Morgana, no one else died. The Hecarim's looking for an angle onto the Sivir. Very nice damage. If they want to engage, now they're on the side. Dies fairly quickly, but the damage dealer for Heartland is still up. And I think they may just try to get back off here. Scion ult is down, so we won't see a Scion charging in. Caitlyn is really low, so I think he has to be careful. And I think this is going to be everyone going back, healing, picking up their items. The Hecarim is around 70% life, so he can still do something. And I think they're just going to use the Rift Herald to get some damage on the tier 2 turret while going to pick up Dragon. fairly easy dragon take for Grandview, so that'll be another cloud break for them.
Red team has slain the dragon.
Right now we have Caitlyn sitting on 2 items. The Sivir has, I'm sure she can complete an item as soon as she goes back. I think she just wanted to push out the bottom lane before going back. It's around 21 minutes. The inhib turrets are still up, luckily, and only the top tier 2 has gone down. So there's still some towers to work with from Heartland College's side. I think that was just probably to get some damage preliminarily to the... Oh jeez, nice stun. That's a lot of damage, a lot of poke. I mean, this is exactly what Heartland wants to do. The poke, and now it just gets blown up in the background. They do so much damage. I think the Nasus, once he gets a bit tankier, I think those plays will go a little bit better. I think you need to be able to survive and take some more, keep the attention of Grandview Esports a little bit longer, so the Xerath and Sivir can do some of the damage to their team. Right now, Grandview knows that they have swooped around Baron, but this is something where Heartland does not have vision of. But I think they might be suspecting. I think they're going to see it. Ooh, front line, gotta be careful about that. Sandra ends up getting shot with Sivir. Ends up being Heartland College getting wiped out. I think it was the right move. I think it was the right decision. They certainly can't give up Baron for free. Maybe they were a little too aggressive in their initial engagement. I think when they go back and look at this, maybe this is where they want to kind of sit around on the outskirts and try to poke at them a little bit. And you make the call to stop hitting Baron and to turn on the Nasus, who is there, and that gets them uncontested Baron. Right now, there's around 3,200 golden worth of bounties on Grandview's team. I think if Heartland can get one good team fight where they get an ace, well, at least they kill these champions that have bounties on them, it would be a way for them to get back into the game. While it would reduce the 11k gold lead down to around 8k, which makes it a little bit more manageable. If you look at the item difference, I mean, you have the Caitlyn sitting on 2.5 items. The Sivir's on 1, and probably almost completed the Infinity Edge. Xerath has 1.5 items compared to 3 items on the Lysandra, and so the Hecarim has 3 completed items to 2 completed items on the Nasus, and so there's just so much extra gold on the Grandview side. They don't even need to worry about their gameplay being super clean. I think they can just brute force and continue with money. Right now they're just going to let Baron do its work. Luckily, Heartland has pretty good range clear. There's something a very nice engage, locking everyone up. Xerath and the Sivir did a great job staying in the back line. Wow. Almost goes down, good flash. Oh, I think it's going to be... Oh my god. We have a kill onto 2 of the high priority targets. And the Xerath sitting in the back line doing a great job of staying alive and getting kills. And the Hecarim gets out barely. I think he smited the minion to get some life, and then certainly the Sterix was helpful as well. I thought for sure that he was going to die. And so, there was 1,000k bounty on Lysandra, 600 on the Caitlyn, so that's an extra 1.6k that goes over to Heartland College. And now taking a look, it's still a 1k or almost an 11k gold difference. And I think a lot of that came off of the extra towers, the 2 turrets that went down on Heartland College's side. Now that the Baron's almost gone, we're going to see Heartland with some breathing room, especially with the champions they have to wait and clear. They're still going to try to farm up. They're going to try to take all their jungle and just really try to hit the similar item spikes as Grandview. Eventually, you know, if this gets to 40 minutes, especially when it gets up to like 70, 80k gold, an extra 10k becomes less meaningful. But right now, it's still 20% more, and so it's a significant amount. They're just trying to poke down the Caitlyn. It's about half life. Quick flash by the Nasus. Nasus just stays alive. And they really wanted to use as much of the Baron as possible. They almost get down the bot with him a turret. It is so close to going down. Basically one headshot by the Caitlyn and it goes down. Onto the Caitlyn kind of posturing and trying to get down. You gotta be careful to not get caught. Oh, the sign is so tanky. Barely takes any damage. And you see the Lissandra just split pushing in the top lane. The Lissandra I think is a great pick here because Lissandra by herself can potentially kill the wave clearers on Heartland's side, so that is a great person to have to split push. The Zera managed to snipe the Caitlyn. And I think that's going to stop the siege in the bot lane dead in the trap. The Nasus might even die to the Lissandra now. That Lissandra's so strong. 3 items. But I think Lissandra's dead now. I don't see any way of getting out. And the ZR picks up that kill. Lissandra takes this opportunity to tank the turret and take it down. And then with that, you see that we see the lead now close to 11k again. And that Xerath poke is going to be super painful. So Heartland College, their win condition is they want the Xerath to poke. They want to defend the Xerath. They want to peel for him. They want to keep him alive because his Q is what's going to be able to hit the back line of Grandview to try to take down their carries. Grandview, I think they want to continue what they've been doing. They want to be methodical about this. They want to take all the resource away from Heartland. They want to ward up Heartland's jungle. They want to get picks with the Hecarim. And then once they get a pick, they can siege with the Caitlyn without any problem. We see Baron about to come up in a little bit, and you see all this vision being put down by Grandview. Heartland, I think you need to contest this. They don't have any inhibs that are down, but this is that pick that I'm talking about. Now helpers along the way. The Victor might still die, but it gives this team time to try to come and help out. But with the Victor dead, it's going to be a 5v4, and I think now it could be very hard for Heartland to move out of their jungle and try to even contest the Baron. They know that Grandview is doing Baron, it's just I don't think they can do anything really to stop it. They can just get turned down so quickly. And if they lose at the Baron fight here, I think it's going to be GG. Losing the Sun jumping in the back line, holds it up, the back line goes down, but the Hecarim can just charge it in. Yeah, it still remains alive. He's just dishing out so much damage. Ooh. Good flash by the Xerath to keep himself alive. Xerath gets the kill under the Caitlyn. And so that was a 4 for 3. The key is that Xerath is still alive. He's going to go back and heal, and then he's going to have a decent amount of wave clear. I don't think he can stop the Scion. The Scion's going to just ignore the Xerath's damage. So I think this is going to be one hit going down. But if you think about it, Grandview did not get Baron. So in that regard, it was a success. Now the bot inhib is gone. We're gonna have super minions pushing. There's gonna be constant pressure there. I'm gonna expect Grandview to use that pressure to be able to take this Baron. In terms of item, the Xerath is very close to the Lissandra in terms of items. They're both basically at the same spot. The Caitlyn has a completed item extra up on the Sivir. Sivir now has a QSS in addition to her spell shield, so she's going to be able to spell shield the Lissandra, or QSS the Lissandra and spell shield the Hecarim. The bomb is caught. I think it's going to go down. If they get the Hecarim, I think it'll be worth it here. Hecarim goes down. Now they don't have their jungler, so they certainly can't be Baron. Victor's just going to get stun locked for days there. And now we're down to the Xerath and the Sivir again. Without Hecarim, it's going to be hard for the Grandview to be able to take Baron. There's an opening him, so that's where they're going to go. They have this spot, so he's got to be really careful. So Xerath is gone. Sivir's still there with some late clear. I think it's going to be a top hit. And Grandview is just being very slow and methodical about this. One of the Nexus turrets has gone down just from the super minions. I think they're slowly going to bleed out Heartland. I think this is going to be game-wide here. Caitlyn is still up. Caitlyn's going to be constantly whacking at the turret. All the inhibs are down, and so it's going to be very hard for Heartland to come back in this. They're going to go back, pick up the Ocean. Grandview can potentially pick up the Baron if they want. Go back, buy their items, and then come back and end the game. In this game, I think the Xerath played extremely well, using his Q to hit the back line, dodging the Lissandra, dodging the Hecarim as well. The Scion did a great job not dying too many times top lane, and the Hecarim was all over the map. I think that the Sivir, Victor, and Xerath knew what they were supposed to do, trying to poke out the Grandview team, trying to get damage up before 2 fights left. Grandview just came out too far ahead. The Nasus is caught. Good stop. Good tension with the Braum. But there's just so much damage on Grandview. Victor just got evaporated instantly. Even though there's going to be a lot of waves play on Sivir and the other side of the game. Gets a revenge kill back, so 12, 5, and 3. 12 kills, second most of the Caitlyn. But that's the first game in our Wednesday Plat division. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this. The victory goes over to Grandview Esports. We hope you guys will tune in next week for another stream game of our Wednesday Plat Collegiate Division. We'll also have games tomorrow. Tomorrow will be our Collegiate League. It's going to be a stream game either in the Gold Division or the Platinum Division, and so we hope you guys will join us for that. Thank you guys again for tuning in, and thank you guys for joining us on GG Leagues. We're a recreational esports league in the Midwest. And if you guys are interested in joining GG Leagues, please go to www.ggleagues.com. We would love to have you guys play. One of the things that we do that's unique is that we have in-person events for all of the leagues. And so this is an opportunity for players in the leagues to meet the people that they've been playing against. And so it would be an opportunity for Heartland College to find who Dread Joker is in person to kind of congratulate him or maybe trash talk him on how the games have all been going. So it's a nice way of meeting the players that you guys have played with and for the entire leagues that are invited. So people are out to watch the games, have a good time, and it's really just a nice event. So we hope you guys will join us for more GG League streams. We hope to see you guys in our league, and we'll hope to see you guys at our in-person events. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night, and we hope you guys tune in tomorrow for our another stream game of our collegiate leagues. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night. Bye-bye.